know what you mean when you say the Pied Piper, man. Those fucking guys would have followed you anywhere, man. They probably still would. Think about it.
Pied Piper. What do you mean, the Pied Piper?
Well, you said it, not me, but I get what you mean, man. I mean, fuck. Like the guy with the flute, man. They would have followed you anywhere. Anywhere.
I have a flute.
Like in the movie, man.
Yeah, they'd all follow me to the river, huh? And jump in.
I don't know. Yeah, they probably would, man.
You know, if you're gonna lead people, you have to have somewhere to go.
And this was the beginning of this video of this always takes me back with to so many memories. Rumblefish is one of my mother's favorite movies ever, and she showed me this movie in particular when I was really young. I was pretty young when she showed me this for the first time, and I guess it was Rumblefish, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Well, there are so many, but both of them, stuck for a long time for different reasons and then similar reasons. Rumblefish from Francis Ford Coppola. I've chose this this particular trailer because for me this is kind of Pisces season / Aries season encapsulated in 2 minutes. We have both characters. They were abandoned by their mother. They live with their father, who is an alcoholic, and here you have Rusty James, who looks really up to his older brother. That's the character played by Mickey Rourke. He's the motorcycle boy. And this is based on a book by C.N. Hinton. Francis Ford Coppola, back in the day, in the 80s, he adapts, not only Rumblefish, but also The Outsiders and other things, that were written by S.E. Hinton. She is just wonderful. If you haven't read these books, I recommend you should read them, okay? Even if you're not a teenager anymore, her writing is just a really amazing piece of cinematography, in my opinion. So perhaps that's why they decided to adapt this movie. So this is not a react. Don't be scared. This is not a react, but this is the intro for this month's predictions, for March predictions. And as you know, I like always to make an association with a piece of art, music, be it music, cinema, a book, a poem. For me, it's quite important because I'm a creator as well. So Rumblefish is one of those movies that, they're just amazing. The cinematography, the soundtrack by Steve Copeland. Don't box me in. I don't know if you know it. I was just putting the clip in the beginning, but it's a little bit nostalgic as well. But if you haven't seen this movie, it's a must see. You have to see it, okay? So why is it Rumblefish kind of a capsule of Pisces season and Aries season, besides Steve Coppola being an Aries himself, and Matt Dillon himself, who was born on the 18th February, is just like in the beginning, the end of Aquarius in the beginning of Pisces, and we have the Aquarian that's, the Nicolas Cage was his first movie, and we have the Sagittarius, the amazing Tom Waits, and so many other actors that they're together in this. So this is a movie about it's a coming of age, of course, book. It's a coming of age kind of narrative, but for me the most important, and that's why I decided to play this particular trailer, is someone who is considered completely insane. That's the motorcycle boy. um, is considered completely insane, but he's so lucid. He's really lucid, and the movie presents several metaphors for being lucid and being open to the world and not being afraid of it, because this guy is a tough guy, but he has a really soft and really sensitive core. And for me, the motorcycle boy would have been like a Pisces character for me. The fact that we have the rumblefish, who is a fish that is a really resistant kind of a Pisces species. I don't know how you put it in Portuguese, in English. Sorry, but is a fighter. Is a combatant. Combatant, as we say in Portuguese. He's a fighter. He can only, if you put a rumblefish inside an aquarium, you can only put one, because if you put two, they will start a fight. Okay, and um, well, that's it. Usually in Thailand, they usually make these kind of competitions where we have rumblefish fighting for 4, 6, 7 hours. It's really, for a metaphor for this movie, it's awesome. I'm not going to make any kind of spoilers. You have to read the book, you have to see the movie. But the thing that he's saying in here is the motorcycle boy, the Madeline character, who is called Rusty James. He looks up to his brother, and his brother is quite aware of this. This could have been, the first version of American History X without the themes now connected to racism and intolerance. But the motorcycle boy here is quite aware that first of all, his brother shouldn't look up to him. Second of all, is living in this fantasy that he created, that he's a leader. Okay, and he's a leader. In fact, he's a leader. The motorcycle boy is a leader. The motorcycle for me is a symbol of velocity and speed. And I haven't met a single boy or girl that is from Aries sun sign who doesn't enjoy riding a bike or doesn't want on one, or perhaps someone has Moon in Aries or Mars in Aries. You own a motorcycle and you enjoy the speed. Okay, so for me, this motorcycle boy, he's between, these he's between, he's the perfect. He could have been, sun or sun in Aries and Moon in Pisces, or sun in Pisces and Moon in Aries. It could have been this combination, because he's all about the speed. Okay, so today the moon is, a waxing crescent in Taurus, but it has been, all this time in Aries. We have the Venus in Aries, we have Jupiter in Aries, we have so many placements right now, Chiron as well. And this movie is about healing as well, because they haven't met their mother, so they are surrounded by this black and white existence of not knowing what is, having a structured life, having, a daily basis, a day-to-day balance and structured life, and with balance. So this guy is answering. Short version of all these things that I've been saying, short version is that you have to, if you are going to be a leader, a true leader, you have to have somewhere where you can take the people. It's not like, no, Moses that, was 40 years around the desert. Doesn't matter what you believe in. If you're a leader, you have to, even if you have doubts, you have to have a clear vision where you want to go. So even if you're not consider yourself a leader, you are a leader because you are a leader of your own life. Aries season is all about that. It's all about springtime. It's all about being alive and understanding that everything that you do, you are, as someone said, like recently, you are the director, you are the script writer, you are the main character. You perhaps you have other people around you, but you are the ultimate answer to your own life. Okay, so for me, this scene, when I saw it, um there's so many, I've seen these movies all at the same, in the same period of my life. I was 9, 10 years old. I saw One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I saw Rumblefish. I saw Dead Ringers. I saw Birdie. I saw The Outsiders. And um it's all about having a vision. So this is the first card that I'm going to present to you. Okay, although these, I'm going to talk about the predictions for March. We're going to start from the top, okay? Because March is this is going to be a big video, um, because March is probably one of the most, if not the most important month of the whole year. Okay, you have to understand this. Besides, leaving aside the eclipses that are going to happen in April and in the end of the year, you have to focus right now your life in this particular energy, because March is, breaking through so many things that are going to happen. The North Node is going to change its axis, for the North Node is going to be in Aries, the South Node is going to be in Libra. So we're going to be really focused. I mean, we're going to be really focused on our individuality. Okay, we're going to think, give a really, really thorough uh, we're going to think a lot about our our um our friendships, our relationships, our partnerships. If you are married, even if we are not married, uh, we're going to feel that we need the space to be ourselves. Okay, so but first of all, we are ending this chapter. Okay, we're ending this chapter, and the chapter, is the Pisces season. Okay, because Pisces is all about endings, is all about uh realizing what illusions do we have in our life, what is illusion, what is reality. We're going to now, Saturn is going to be in, is going to transit into Pisces, and we're going to, have to confront ourselves with the reality of our own lives, with the reality, with our fears, with our anxieties. That's, Pisces and the 12th house as well. Okay, what is, keeping us from being the best version of ourselves? That's our unconscious. That's the 12th house. Okay, so we have the sun in Pisces. Right now, this is all about having a clear vision. So perhaps for me, even reformulating this narrative, perhaps Rusty James would be the dreamer, and um, and the motorcycle boy would be the sensitive but also lucid one. Okay, because in the end, I'm not going to be a spoiler, but in the end, it is through his brother's revelation that, that his life, becomes colored. I'm not going to say anything more, because you have to see the movie, because the movie is all, it is shot in black and white, and then in the end you have the revelation, and Rusty James understand finally for the first time what his brother all along wanted to, wanted to say to him, but he couldn't. It's an amazing movie. What can I say? I'm getting, goosebumps. It's chilly today. It's quite chill today in, in Portugal, but we're getting there. So right now it's all about vision, having a clear vision for your future. I hope you had an amazing new moon in Pisces. This is empathy, not only for, for other people, but for for yourself. Okay. I feel I was, my birthday was on this new moon, and I felt really compelled to organize the space around me, to following that clear vision. Perhaps I'm already assuming this energy of Saturn, but I felt drained. The first part I was celebrating, but I don't like to celebrate just by celebrating something. Okay, it's my birthday, but I have to, I'm always doing something. I'm always, occupied with something. And I like to meditate. I like to be in silence as well. But I felt compelled to organize and clean stuff, going to, my attic and reorganized with my family so many things. And I found so many things that made sense to me in this new moon. So this is having empathy by your own life, by your own project of your own life, your experiences. Don't erase them, accept them. This new moon is to integrate, is not only to dream about, and project your dreams, is also to integrate your experiences, and knowing that you are not the same as you were a year, 2 years, a month, a week, before. So this is all about having empathy by your own projects of life, your own project of life, and the things that you want to do, okay, and who you are. So what are the most important things that I want to say about this March? So this, well, this is a little bit overwhelming because March is already a new year. The new year is not in January. The new year is in March. We have the spring equinox, we have spring coming in, we have the sun, transiting into Aries, and Aries is the first sign, is the birth of something, of someone, is nature screaming out loud, is understanding your own desires, because Aries is desire, is need, is necessity, and is for example, is all your aims, or your even your bare necessities, is sex, is sleep, is hunger. And you become a little bit of a devil, when you're not, when these needs are not met. If not, you become this becomes somatic in some way. The way that you make love, the way that you sleep, the way that you eat, the way that you clean yourself, and everything is a part of your energy, and all starts in your mind. Okay, so why I'm saying in your mind? Because perhaps this would have been, a theme for a discussion connected to Gemini. Right now Mars is in Gemini, so it's connected, everything is connected. But the area of our body that is connected to the sun sign of Aries is our head. So even the what's the word, the erogenous zone for someone who has so many placements or have a sun sign in Aries, it is the head. Okay, messing with the hair, the head. Perhaps someone that that doesn't have, or that it's not aware of this energy, has a lot of headaches or anxiety, and or perhaps have broken his or her head. several times. I've met so many examples or good examples of this, mainly when we have Moon in Aries or Mars in Aries. You have this passion, this energy, this necessity to move around. Okay, so the need for speed. It's that the need for speed. So, what are the major cosmic changes? We have so many. Okay, so March is all about newfound territory, it's all about breaking through something. It's all about leaving behind what it's not, meant to be for you, what is not, it's not a part of you. What are the dreams that you have to be more realistic about? So we're entering this age of Aquarius with a different perspective of the world. Before the pandemics, I guess, people were a little bit clouded, and now we are finally getting to a point where we understand that the age of Aquarius is trying to open up the world where we can all live. This is not a utopian perspective. Bear with me. It's a place where every single right is respected, and we are becoming more aware. This is this is priority number one. This is the age of Aquarius. This is the power for the people. Already made a video of Pluto placement in Pluto transit in Aquarius. The last time we had this kind of transits going on was during the French Revolution, and it's quite powerful. Okay, this is quite powerful. Right now we're going to have Pluto in Aquarius from 2023 until 2043, 44, and it's going to be 20 years to revise and change and shine a light upon all the things that we are not doing right in society, in community. Okay, so the first thing I have to say to you is, besides this age of Aquarius, and why am I talking about the age of Aquarius during this? Because the first test we're going to have, I'm going to talk to leave that for a little bit later. But the first test we're going to have of Pluto in Aquarius is going to be right in this in this month, in March. Okay, so the first thing is that we don't have retrogrades during March. We're feeling we're going to be living the last 90 days of no retrograde energies until the 21st of April. And this is an exact moment we're going to have this solar eclipse in Aries. So make it count. This is like kind of a carpe diem energy. You have to make it count. So we don't have any retrogrades, but we do have this chain of reaction of events, and this is the beginning of that chain reaction of events that's going to lead us to 20 years of massive revolution in terms of what is the meaning of being human, what is the meaning of living in society, in community. Okay, so first things, we're having Saturn in Pisces. So we had this Saturn in Aquarius, where it is in the last degrees of Aquarius. It's transiting into Pisces, but I'm going to leave, perhaps not. I'm going to talk about a little bit about this because all of this is connected. So I wanted to talk about Saturn in Pisces right after the full moon in Virgo. So we have this Saturn in Pisces. We're going to, be aware of our unconscious, and we're going to, whoa, are you listening to this? I was interrupted. I was interrupted by a supermarket publicity. How cute is this? Okay, Mercury is in Pisces. In a second, it's going to be in Pisces. Mercury, Pisces, and Pisces in all these placements means market. It means money. So moving along, it's all about what we're going to bring to the market. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So Saturn in Pisces is all about what can we do to be more realistic? After that, Uranus lives completely this sluggish post shadow uh, thing that has been going on, and until, as I told you, until the 21st of April, we don't have a single retrograde planet. So we're going to be more assertive with our goals, with our energy. Nothing is going to be, it's going to be in this vibration of the hanged man. We're going to be really proactive. That is why, number seven, for me, number seven is more than the chariot, the card, the tarot card. It means so much more, besides the chariot. For me, it's like a, a journey. And because the seven, it's so connected to to a opening of your own capacity to understand the meaning, the spiritual meaning of the things that happen in your life. That for me, the chariot uh, sometimes means not moving. It's just evolving inside your head, and in and being able to be more what is the word, more, it's not realistic about your expectations, but handful, having more capacity to do things, to be to learn things, to be to sometimes to eliminate things that no longer are a part of your day-to-day life. Perhaps you learn to do things in one way, and now you have to be even more detailed, even more aware, of your limitations, because Saturn is all about limitations. So you're going to seek to improve during all March, and March onwards. You're going to seek to improve your life in every single way. Okay, this is already being, this is already in motion, because we have Jupiter in Aries. And what do we read in there? Enterprise. That's why. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and in Aries it make us fighters, fighters for our own lives. And it's going to be in Aries until the 16th of May. So this means courage and passion and being a go-getter and also a pioneer. I'm recalling this amazing song by Block Party as well, that is called The Pioneers. And I don't know if we have in here The Pioneers, Block Party. And I love this, I love the, what's the thing that, oh, just a second please. This was not, I was not expecting putting this in here, that's why. It's amazing. Just a second. It's all under control. It's all under control. It's all under control. It's all under control. If it can be lost, then it can be won. If it can be touched, then it can be turned. All you need is time. 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 Let's go to the end. Just a second. What is this? It's this particular part. So I just love this last part because this is all about this Aries energy. So here we are reinventing the wheel. I'm shaking hands with a hurricane. It's a color that I can't describe. It's a language I can't understand. Ambition tearing out the heart of you, carving lines into you, dripping down the sides of you. We will not be the last, saying, ad eternum during, 7, 8 times. We will not be the last, we will not be the last, we will not be the last. That's it. I think this energy of Jupiter is breaking ground. Be the leader, be bold, what your intentions. And just like I said before, understanding that you are a leader in your own life, okay? And that you, just like motorcycle boy, you have to find your way, the way that you should go, not the way that your fathers wanted. That's your fourth house, not the way that your spiritual guides, your teachers, and your philosophies wanted to. Your ninth house, not the way that society wants to. The 10th house and the 11th house is not even, your unconscious that's being tamed by Saturn. It's not society that, you are being transformed in the global perspective by Pluto in Aquarius. It's not that either. It's not your body, the sixth house. It's not your romances and your gambling in the fifth house. It's not your sense of security in your second house. It's not even your partner or your wife or your husband, your spouse. It's not that. Not your brothers and sisters, the third house. It's not the seventh. It's your first house. Is your guts. Okay, it's following your guts. So because we need to think about this, and we've been thinking about this for so long, even during the retrograde, when we had, Mars retrograde in 2022, we've been trying to make a decision. Okay, perhaps playing a little bit of chess with our own lives. So here we have Mars in Gemini. This is quite ironic because Mars in Gemini is it's being indecisive, but we have to, find a way out and a solution. No. So right now we are in this kind of, what is the energy? The energy is all about I'm forgetting the words. Well, I'm forgetting the words. I'm sorry. Brainstorming. That's it. We have been brainstorming. So first, we have this clear vision. These are all, Pisces and Gemini. They are mutable signs. So we're considering every perspective. But then on the 25th of March, we have the intellectual battle turning into a quarrel because besides the moody all the moodiness and perhaps some quarrels inside our family, our workplace, we are going to fight for our perspective. We are going to fight for our rights to be ourselves, and this is Mars in Cancer. So first we're getting the ideas, and then we're going to expand. We must not forget, that just like Capricorn, Cancer is usually connected to, oh, it's, it's about motherhood and roots and the ancestors, and all, it's all shiny and, and sweet. But Cancer, they are ruthless when they want to get to things and they want things done. That's why they are so amazing being managers. That's why the best moms in the world are Cancer, not only because they're sweet or protective, but because they are ruthless when they want things done. They know how to charge, and they know how to put an exercit, they know how to choose their troops. That's it. The Mars in Cancer. So after that, we're going to have these shifts as well from Mercury to Pisces. Well, we're having, we're going to have the shift first from Mercury in Aquarius into Mercury in Pisces, and then Mercury in Aries. So this is a lot of change in the way that we perceive and that we are thinking. Okay, so first we have the logic, the originality. We have Mercury in Aquarius, and then in the 2nd of March, voila, we have inspiration. Besides originality, vision, we have inspiration. And this is Mercury in Pisces. I was born with this, but retrograde, so it's good for writing and creating stuff, but sometimes to be understood is a little bit too much. Sometimes even for me to understand myself is a little bit too much, because there are so many ways to do the same damn thing. Okay, so we're going to be the 2nd of March. We're going to have Mercury in Pisces. Is going to open up our head even more to even more possibilities and being empathic, and convince people about ourselves, about our projects. So I was interrupted by a supermarket advertisement, but what happens in here is that, Mercury, that is connected to the markets and and money as well, and communication. It's all about, choose me, pick my perspective, pick my way of living, pick my product. Okay, so after that, we're going to have this more combative and strike with Mercury in Aries, that is going to stay until it's going to stay from the 19th March until the 3rd of April, and this is restlessness. Okay, combining this with Mars and Gemini, imagine. Okay, it's going to be quite quite a ride. People are going to be really aggressive with what they want. They're going to fight tooth and nail for what they want. Okay, so we're going to have Mars and Gemini until the 25th, and between the 19th of March and the 25th of March, people are going to fight. It's like 6 days. They're going to be really intense. So you gotta be bad. What is that song that I was singing the other day? I was trying to sing this, but it was not coming through. What is? I think it's. Just a second. You gotta be. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's Desiree. Desiree. I don't know if it's Desiree. Desiree. What is the chorus? You got it. That's it. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know, love a second day. Hear what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you. Others take a different view. My, oh my. Hey, hey, hey. Well, stop it. So, but this is the vibe about all these things in Aries is you gotta be bad, you gotta, it's not, you gotta be bold. That's it. You gotta be bold. You gotta be more aware of things. She was talking as well about, read the books your father read, listen to what your mother said, but but try to solve your things in your own sweet time and be the owner. Have be about it and be the owner of your own life. Usually I say that, one of the most things about astrology is not being this kind of guru saying, well, this is going to happen and you should do this and that. Is be about the astrology and applying those things into your own life. That's what I try to do. So for me, as above so below right now, and since 3 years from now, that's when it was born, is a place of discussion and debate. So tell me in your, in the comments or privately, how you have been, harnessing this kind of energy, because this is quite intense. I'm a Pisces myself, and we're still in Pisces season, but I'm still trying to figure out, with my Mars in Aries and my North Node in Aries, what kind of, or how should I carve my own way, So that's it. After this, we have that major point that I was going to tell you, that what I was going to tell you previously. That is this card. It breaks my heart. This breaks my heart, but it's necessary. I guess this is my second, before I turn 60, I'm going to have two Saturn returns. That's it. I'm going to have two Saturn returns, and the first one is loss. So, how should I put this? Even if you're not a Pisces, you have to go through this loss, because Pisces is dreams, is fantasies, is artistry, is it's art, of course, is illusion, is empathy, is religion, is unconscious, is the nightmare, the fear. It is the heaven, but it's also the hospital, the prison, the shelter. Okay, so the 12th house is all about people don't have or do not recognize or do not have a country per se. So immigration, uh, outsiders, like the motorcycle boy, people who don't have roots. This is the 12th house. That's why we have so many amazing stories about rootless people that found a home and a country, a motherland in religion. You have so many stories about them. I'm not going to tell you who they are, of course. But yeah. So being Christianity a symbol of sacrifice and loss, I feel that we're going to become in terms with our own losses, the things that we're still refusing to let go because we dreamt so much about them that we wanted them to be true. That's it. So you have to let go. It's hard to let go, but it is this intense springtime that we become tired, we become restless. Between Pisces and Aries, we become restless. It's like, where, when, because we don't want to let go, because what if that person calls, what if someone, stays beside you, and or decides to engage with the things that you're doing, and you have moved on. As you usually say, rejection is like divine protection, is a sizzle, a shizzle I was watching a man the other day in a video. He was saying he's a chisel. Rejection is like a chisel for us to become and improve ourselves. That's it. So Saturn in Pisces, we're going to be confronting ourselves for with the karma of the last 30 years. This is going to stay until May 25th, 2025. And then it from a little bit from September 2025 until February 2026, it's going to be all about healing ourselves, therapy, and receiving some kind of guidance by this time would be really good for every single person. Mainly if you have placements in Pisces or accessing your unconscious. What are the things that are not manifesting themselves and they're becoming addictions or diseases. Okay, so this is Saturn in Pisces. This is kind of like a karma parade or a karma releasing parade of everything that is secret is going to be exposed. So expect that in society is going to be exposed because Pluto is in Aquarius as well. And so our great focus is going to be in escapism. Perhaps technology is going to obviously is going to be stand by it, but we're going to be confronting ourselves about that kind of escapism in society, about the media, about internet, about all the technology in general. So we're going to have to face the truth, and it's going to be whoa, what is the name? I mentioned this earlier in the um, in the Portuguese uh, um, in the Portuguese episodes. Just a second. Oh, I hate marketing. Is this? So this is Saturn in Pisces talking to you. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me. Now that I escape sleepwalker. Even this, now that I escape sleepwalker awake. Those who couldn't relate know the world ain't cake. Yeah, I'm gonna find you and take it slowly. This is Saturn talking, okay? This is completely Saturn talking. This is all about karma, the unconscious, things that we are repulsed by, things that we cannot see being manifested in our lives and that we are afraid to show. It's going to come, it's going to be exposed. Everything is going to be exposed. So this is going to happen, this ready or not is going to happen at the exact same time as this full moon in Virgo. So full moon in Virgo is order. Okay, at the same time we have Saturn in Pisces harnessing all this unconscious drama. We have the full moon in Virgo. So by now, because the main character during this full moon is going to be Uranus, that is, direct motion in Taurus, as well the North Node, expect things that are unexpected, like a major turning point in your life, because Mercury is going to be opposed to the moon as well. Okay, so it's going to be a revelation about the structure in your own life. If you do not get a revelation, just dig deeper, because if you're not going to change your life by this time or becoming a little bit more consistent in your own steps, what is going to happen is that you're going to suffer a little bit later. Okay, this is going to be 3 years of Saturn in Pisces, almost 3 years Saturn in Pisces. and you're going to feel this in your bones. So this means new opportunities, uh, amazing shift of direction, and this can become a little bit overwhelming because of this opposition to Mercury. Mercury is going to be in opposition to the moon, but either way, there is an electricity in the air. That is this change in the air. Okay. After that, after that, we have the big ta-da. We have Sun is in, gets into Aries. Finally, this is the beginning of springtime. This is the equinox. So this is rebirth. This is wishing everyone a happy new year, a really even happier solar return, and this is the opportunity to be brave, just like Saint George that is killing the dragon in here. Okay, he's facing his own fears. He's fighting for himself, for his life. This is a really primitive card. I just love it. After that, we're going to have a new moon in Aries, but it's going to be on the 1st of April, so I'm not going to jump in, towards this kind of energy, but you see, you have the moon and we have Aries, so this is all about protection. It's all about protecting and but also exploding with your own feelings. Okay, but later. After that, we have Venus. The other major event is Venus is right now in Aries. They've put lust in here. For me, it's more like Venus in. No, it's more like lust would have been Mars in Leo. For me, Mars in Leo is lust, okay? Or Mars in. Well, Mars in Scorpio is lust as well, but it's not the same thing. It's not expressed in the same thing. So this is to conquer. What we want to do is to conquer the other one. We want to start something. So because we're going to have Venus turning into Taurus from the 16th March onwards, I feel that this is so connected. We are revealing ourselves to another person and we want to conquer them, just like the Six of Wands, just like the Chariot and of the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands all put together. Is this kind of energy that I want you. Okay, I'm not going to play Closer by Nine Inch Nails, or if not, there perhaps you're going to censor me in this, but he's a Taurus. I don't know if he has Venus in Taurus, perhaps, but yeah, this is romance. This is romance. This is intensity. This is lust. This is really yummy sex as well. This is having, yeah, we have the volcano over here, and then we have a pair of lovers. So Venus is not only about attraction and beauty, and romance is also about money. So by being yourself, you're attractive and you are attracting. So think about what it is what's the sign that you have in Venus? What is the house that that particular planet falls into? Because that, if you explore that part of yourself, you're attracting abundance. Okay, so this is all about and because Venus is going to be connected with the North Node that is in Taurus, you're going to be attracting money and resources and people. And so this is prosperity. This is the Midas touch, as we usually say. In the end, but no, finally, but not the least of the least important, because there are not cards, there are not Pluto cards in this deck. Unfortunately, there are not Uranus or Neptune cards in this deck. They they end in Saturn, we have Pluto in Aquarius. And Pluto in Aquarius is going to be from the 23rd March until the 11th June. And this is what I've been told you. If you haven't seen the video about Pluto in Aquarius, you should see it, because it's going to be really interesting. Pluto, usually what it does, it's the phoenix, is the metaphor, the parable for the phoenix, that it it rises from the underworld and becomes pure by connecting into its own light, because it's fire. Fire is going to purify whatever that whatever it's exposing. So Pluto shines a light on what it needs to be fixed, what is changing. It's not the Neptunian waters. It's even a little bit deeper than that, because the Pluto is so far from the sun that usual people don't like to acknowledge no longer Pluto as a planet. Fuck it, Pluto for me is a planet. Okay, so this is Pluto in Aquarius is us all shining a light on this particular pain, and the pain is having to, and sometimes this is painful for everyone, to respect and um, to be aware and respect the other. Okay, so Aquarius is about society, it's about human rights, civil rights, is about protest, is about um, um, being together, is about society, is about voting, is about politics, is about dreams, is about conquering something together. So Pluto, having this placement is in Pluto is going to shed this really ugly and difficult light in the things that are not working in our society. He already done that in Pluto during so many years, with Pluto in Capricorn, and it was shining a light, the really really raw light, into institutions and enterprises, and the way that people make money and ambition. And right now, there are things that are changing, that have changed. Most people, there are so many people, the way that people work have changed a little bit, but there are some things that have to be even more radical, and mainly the way that people live, the way that people work, and the way that we connect ourselves. Okay, so this was it. As I've told you, 57 minutes of non-stop information about March of 2023. I hope this that you have enjoyed this as much as me, that it has in some way elucidated you, brought you more information. And I want to know more all about the way that you are dealing with this intense energy. Okay, this is just too much to take, but well, we're going to get there. So, as I always say, many kisses to you. I hope you have an amazing weekend, an amazing month as well. Over and out.